Hi guys, Karis here, and I am in Los Angeles. I hope you just heard that motor going by. You're probably going to hear a lot more. I like this city. It's interesting. After being in nature so much, coming back to LA was like plugging back into the Matrix, and in some ways that was painful and weird. And in other ways it was really cool because I feel like after the upgrades I've gotten lately, I could see through the Matrix. So all the things that maybe would have unconsciously affected me before now didn't, even though I could see them and feel them, but I was consciously aware of them. And that's kind of what I'm going for in this incarnation, is to become immune by being aware, not by, running from things. Okay, so 2 things about this video. 1, next Sunday, March 9th, is going to be a Goddess Intuition and Intention Tea, which I would like lots of people to come to because, well, lots is probably, I don't know. I said before I was going to cap it at 20, but now I think I might cap it lower just because I want to be able to have time to give everyone lots of time and space to become really present. And the larger groups you have, the harder it is to do this. So I'm still figuring out that right now. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what manifests as far as how many people want to come, because it is harder, I know, to come to a physical thing than it is to come to like an online event. But this one's going to go from, I believe, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Sunday, March 9th, and the cost is $55 to come, and you get some cool stuff when you come. It's going to be great. The really cool thing I find about doing events like this is that the alchemy that each person brings is really amazing, because, to be quite honest, usually people who end up coming to my events are not straight up newbies, and they already know how to do things like manifest and set intentions and notice what's going on. So we get to play more than you might if you have to explain exactly what manifestation even is, that kind of thing. So not that I wouldn't welcome newbies. I love newbies too, but I'm just telling those of you who are wondering if you should come, maybe if you're saying, well, I'm already pretty advanced, I already know how to do all this stuff, maybe you should come, because that's when we can have real fun and make real stuff happen, which has been happening after these events. Okay, so the other thing that this video is going to be is a scarf into sleeves tutorial. This is one of the shortest scarves I have. I wish I had thought to bring a longer one, but this is just the one I happen to be wearing today. I found this out a couple Thanksgivings ago in Virginia when I was visiting my family, and I got cold and didn't want to, well, I didn't have a sweater around, but I did have a scarf, so I figured out how to do this. And all you do is you take it in the center. So fold it in half, right? Okay. Take it in the center and put the center at the front of your neck. And you can make this loose or tight. I know some people don't like things around their neck, so you can make it loose. With this particular scarf, since it is so short, I'm going to make it pretty tight. And then you cross it around the back. And these sleeves are only going to be like 3/4 sleeves or even short sleeves because the scarf is so short. And then what you do is you just open it up, right? And put your arm in the center of it and make sure that it's in the center, so that it's coming down half in front and half behind your arm. And then you do it on the other side. And like I said, this one's just a short one because, so let me flip this around. So it's on the right side. This is a short one because it's a short scarf. But ordinarily, most of my scarves, I usually wear pashmina size scarves, and they go down to my wrist, maybe a little bit shorter than that. So yeah, that's how to make scarves into sleeves. You'd be surprised at how warm this is. So since now is spring and it's layering time, it's fun to, have another option other than having to carry around a cardigan or a sweater or a sweatshirt or whatever it is. So that's how you make sleeves out of a scarf. It's kind of like a little shrug, and it does stay. You'll get used to having it kind of dangle down. Here, let me make it longer on one side so I can show you guys what it normally looks like. Actually, I'll do it, this side. So you have to get used a little bit to hanging down and dangling down, because there is an interesting way that you move, but it's kind of like the difference between wearing like jeans and a long skirt. You do have to walk differently. You can't walk the same in a long skirt that you wear in jeans, but also it's kind of nice. It's kind of a fun exercise in being mindful and moving your body in a different way. And I also find that, for instance, wearing long skirts is something that helps to heal female second chakra, because the way it makes you move your hips. And I kind of like wearing flowy clothes like this too, because it does force your movements to be more fluid. So this is what it would look like. And this is a very brightly patterned scarf, so it would depend on what you're wearing. So yeah. Anyway, the Goddess Intention and Intuition Tea. What we'll be doing is, of course, setting intentions, figuring out what it is that you guys want to manifest. And one of the most fun things I love doing with events like this is saying, in a perfect world. So don't figure out logistics, not how is it going to happen, not what can I reasonably expect, just what would you want to happen the most. And then we do some little intention setting things, some little tweaks for manifestation. Well, it's going to work better if you do this, less good if you do that, etc., etc. And then one of my very favorite things to do at these workshops is that we talk about what we want. So then other people, the other magicians there, in this case the other budding goddesses or full-on goddesses there, are going to be able to hold it for you, hold the intention for you. Because if you want to manifest something and then you have a problem receiving, which is why things take a while to manifest, period. You can tell how quickly or how slowly you manifest depends on how willing you are to receive and how open you are to receiving. But if you were to tell me that you wanted to manifest a big old bouquet of flowers, right? But you don't want to get it yourself and you don't know anybody who is going to give you flowers. So you don't know how it's going to happen. And you were to tell me this. I don't know your situation. I don't know how it would come to you, but I can say that I don't have the blocks to receiving that you might have. So if I'm holding you in my mind as a co-creative reality, then once we've met and saying, well, I believe you're going to get this bouquet of flowers, then I'm rerouting, just anybody else is rerouting the blockages, because then you can say, well, I don't have the issues that you have to receiving it, so therefore the more people who are holding the vision of you having it, the quicker it's going to come. And that's one of the most powerful things about these events. Anyway, so it's on March 9th. Definitely register sooner rather than later. I'm going to close down registration, and if I don't get enough people, I'll probably cancel it if there aren't more than a couple people coming, because you need a nice little group to have this. So if you're thinking about coming, then come. Oh, it's going to be in Redondo Beach as well. So anyway, hope you're all doing very well. Hope you're enjoying the coming spring. It's really nice to be in the sun again after being in the cold for so long. And go in peace, and I'll talk to you again very soon.